So when I'm meeting these big traders, right, these no names, I'm acting the same way. I'm like, yeah, cool, you trade. Yeah, I trade too. Probably not as much as you, but we do the same thing. A little buy action, a little sell action. You know how it is. And I remember having this one conversation with a trader that traded for a big bank. And he was actually, he was watching, I was running a live room. He was in my live room. I was nervous as hell, right? Imagine this guy, like this big bank guy, looking over my shoulder as I'm doing my thing. And I'm like, dripping confidence and voices cracking, like, cause I'm like, I want to put on my best bit of work in front of him. And I remember having a conversation afterwards. He's like, hey man, I want to talk to you after the room's over. I'm like, oh shoot, man. Like, oh no, I messed up. Like he's gonna destroy me. He's gonna tear apart my trading, my analysis. And I met up with him and he talks to me. He's like, yeah. First of all, like, I like what you're doing. I said, oh yes, yeah. I mean, I'm like, cool. Yeah. I've been doing it right. He's like, but did you know, like, the same thing you're trading, this is why it's happening. I'm like, what? So we're talking about trading patterns and whatnot. He's like, yeah, let me tell you how this pattern forms. And again, he did it in the most kind of general way possible because he couldn't give back the details. But long story short, he was telling me like, yeah, so when we're looking to enter a position long term, and I'm talking like weeks from now, here's what we do, right? I would buy there, and then I would sell there, and then I'd buy a little bit more there, but then I'd sell there just so no one knows, so then I can buy again right there at the same cheap price I want. Because if I keep buying, it's going to get more expensive, and that's not what I want. And he drew it up on a paper for me. He's like, and you see, when I do this buying and selling right there, does that look familiar? And I'm like, oh crap, like that was the thing I was trading. Like that's what I trade. Like, so you're doing that? Because like, especially with advanced pattern formations, for example, like I never knew why they formed. I know that they form. I know the ratios, I know that they're successful, but I never understood the why because and he broke down why the movement, the M and W shaped movement that we see happens because it's the selling and the buying and the selling and the buying, and then boom, the final kind of I don't know what I'm trying to say, the final blow before the market actually breaks out the consolidation. And my biggest regret is that I should have picked his mind more, right? I should have been like, hey, go into more detail exactly why this is because I can have more knowledge. But again, I was trying to play it cool and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I understood it. I didn't understand anything he was saying, right? After kind of the basics, if I didn't understand any of when he deep dived into the buying and selling habits, I didn't understand any of it. But I was like, yeah, that makes sense. You ever know when you're in a conversation and you're nodding your head and like you're praying someone doesn't ask you a follow-up question? He's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, I got that. I'm like, please don't ask me a follow-up because I am lying my behind off right now.